What's happening, people? Welcome back to another video. It is Saturday morning and I am on my way to the gym. If you have seen one of my previous videos, you will know that I have recently had ACL surgery and I'm currently going through physiotherapy to make sure that I am on the mends and back in good physical condition. But today's video is not specifically about my physio or my knee. It is a review of a TENS machine. Now, I'm going to show you what that is once I've finished with the gym and how it is aiding my recovery. But it's something that I've recently purchased and it is definitely helping with me getting back into good shape with my knee. So I'm going to get to the gym, get home, and I'm going to show you what it is and what I bought and how it works. That is the gym done. I just did a nice gentle one today, focused on the rehab. Right, I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna plug myself into the TENS machine and I'm gonna give you this review. Let's go. Here it is. Let's get into it. So this is the TENS machine I have bought. It's from a company called Auvon or Avon. I found it off YouTube. I will stick a link in the description below, but it came in this nice little neat box. When you open it up, it comes with a few different things. So first of all, you have the actual pouch with the machine in it. I'll open that in a second. You then have the connective wires. So you've got one here and you've got another here. You get this little plastic board, which I haven't used, and I'll explain why in a second, but you get this little plastic board, and the idea is that you can stick the pouches onto this. And then you get 4 of the small sticky pouches, and you then get 4 big ones. So this is a much larger section. And then you get the general terms and conditions and stuff. And then you get a charging cable, the charging port itself. So this is what comes. You get lots of different elements to it, but this itself here is the device. So if you're wondering what a TENS machine is, basically it is like I guess it's a bit of a massager, but it uses electrical pulses, okay? It has electrodes, which is what these sticky pouches here are. I keep calling them pouches. They're not really pouches, but basically it's like a foamy square that's got sticky stuff on one side, and you have a wire that goes into it and the end of the wire is open. So when you are using the machine, a small electrical pulse goes into the pad and then into the area of your body. Now, the guide that I've got gives you lots of ideas for where on your body that you can use it. So you can use it for your shoulder, for your elbow, your wrist, all kinds of different positions. There's lots of different body parts that you can use this on. Now, when I first went to the physiotherapist, the first ever session, which was a couple of weeks ago, they had a proper professional version of one of these, and he attached it to my leg. And the reason that he did it as part of my physiotherapy was because it activates the muscle without me specifically having to do any exercises. And as I'm sure you can understand, if you've had an injury like I have with the ACL, physically moving the joint to build up and strengthen the muscle can be quite painful and uncomfortable. So if you can basically exercise the muscle without moving the joint, it means that you can build up the muscle, build up the strength in the leg without causing yourself too much pain. So I bought one of these myself to use at home, basically to help speed up my recovery so that I'm not just having this kind of therapy when I go and see the physio. So this is the actual device. It's small, fits into the palm of my hand, as you can see, and it's very simple actually. At the top, you've got the power button, which slides on and off. You've also here got the USB charging port. You have a nice, relatively large LED screen, and then you've got the various buttons. So you've got button A, which connects to port A, and button B, which connects to port B. And then here is your sort of trackpad. You've got the mode, so you can click through the different modes. You've got T for time, so you can set it from 10 minutes all the way up to about an hour. And then this is the intensity of the electrical impulse. If I turn it on, you can see that the screen has brightened up. And again, you've got A and B. And these here are all of the different modes. So if you have a look, you can have like a gentle rub. This looks like acupuncture. You can have like cupping. That looks like someone's thumping you in the back. But you have all of these different options available, and you can choose an option for both A and for B. So let's say that I've got A attached to my knee and I've got B attached to my thigh or my calf or something. I can select which one I want for each port. So it's multifunctional, which is great. I'm going to actually plug this all in and show you how it works. So I have got the console and I have got one of my wires. As I said at the start, you can use both of them if you want to do the lower leg, the upper leg, one side of the calf, the other. If you want to do your shoulder, your whole shoulder, you can use both. I'm just going to use one. So I'm going to plug it into A port, but you can do it to B as well. And then at the end of this, you've got the two little metal electrodes. Okay, I just need to untangle this quickly. There we go. So I've got my two metal electrodes, and these plug into the ends of your pads. So I'm going to plug one into here, just like so, and then the other one into here. Okay, so they're all connected. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now peel these off gently, okay, and I'm going to stick these to the area of the body that I want massaging or, working on, okay. Now, this is super sticky, okay, but one would assume that it has a lifespan to it. I believe the idea is that you stick them onto here afterwards, but I've kept hold of the plastic, so I'm using that. I'm then going to place these on the area, so I'm going to stick one on that side of my knee, and I'm going to stick the other one on this side of my knee here, okay, the areas I want to target. And now I turn it on, okay. Now it isn't going to start massaging you straight away, so you don't need to worry about that, okay, because it always starts off with 0, all right. You have to basically select the mode, then you increase the intensity. And what I recommend is doing that slowly, take it to a level that you feel comfortable with. So I am going to change this to one I've been using recently, which is number 1, okay, and that is like a deep massage. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to press the plus button. As you do that, it starts to work. So I can now feel these. They kind of feel like a bit of a vibration. And as I increase the intensity, I can now feel the vibrations increasing. So I'm now on 2, but I can increase it to 3. And what I would recommend when you're doing this is increase it slowly, wait, see how it feels, then increase again, and so on. If it's feeling very uncomfortable and you're a bit worried by it, if you just turn it off, immediately it stops. So right now it's completely stopped. I've turned the device off. I turn it back on again and it resets itself. So let's get into it. So you can see the timer is at the top. So it's got 19 minutes. I have got it to midway and it is starting to do its thing. You might feel a bit freaked out by the idea of the muscle tensing by itself, and you may well think it looks similar to when you get cramp, when you do some sport and your muscle tenses really powerfully and it's quite uncomfortable. It's not that at all. You feel a gentle vibration, then you have moments where your muscle tenses and then releases. It doesn't last very long, 1 or 2 seconds max, and really it's not very uncomfortable. It does feel a bit weird though. So I have now finished. I have turned the device off. So the storage of these is really important if you want your TENS machine to last for a long time. Because as I said, the back of these pouches, which is that black sticky stuff, it won't last forever. Now, you're meant to wipe the area down, make sure it's clean and dry. And I think the idea being to keep the stickiness lasting as long as possible. Now, they came on this little plastic sheet and I've just been sticking them straight back onto it. But like I say, there is this like plastic board and I believe you're meant to use this too. So what I tend to do is I unplug them first. I fold the wire up, pop that back in the box. I can then stick the actual TENS machine back in its little pouch. And then what I do is I gently peel them off and sit them back on this plastic. Now, when you do this, and it does show you in the instructions, don't pull it by the wire, because what will happen is over time the wire will just dislodge from the pad. Instead, like a plaster, take it from the corner and gently peel it off. And then once it's off, you can then carefully stick it onto the plastic. And it's good for another use. And as you can see, after it's been done, there are no marks left on your body. It's not sticky. All good. There you have it. That is my review of the TENS machine. This cost me about 130 dirham, which is the equivalent of like, I don't know, 20 or 30 pounds. For the price and the fact that I can now enhance my physio and my recovery at home. If I have any achiness either in my knee or other parts of my body, I can use this and it's fantastic. It is such a good little machine. Now there are other versions of these online that are more expensive. Equally, there are some cheaper ones. But like I say, my experience is with this Auvon, I think that's how you pronounce it. And if you're interested in getting one for physiotherapy, if you are a gym goer and you regularly experience aches or you have discomfort, getting one of these will be a real game changer. So I would highly recommend it. I also know that having spoken with some of the ladies I work with, if you are pregnant or if you have been pregnant and you are recovering from that, apparently this can help with that too. I obviously don't have any experience with that, but you never know. So there you go. That's my review. If you've got one of these yourself or you buy one, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Yeah, highly recommend. Okay, guys, so that was my review. My recovery so far on my knee is going really well. Physio is still quite uncomfortable, but we've only been out of surgery for, 5 or 6 weeks now. So I will update you again in a few months' time to see how the recovery is going. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my weekend, so I will see you in the next video. Peace out.